Hello everybody, this is Sinjin, and today we're doing the second region video. Where we left off, you're gonna have to watch the first video if you want to know where we left off. So once you get to the Elite Four, which we were at in the last episode, you hear those rumbles from Mount Glacier, you should go check it out. You're the aspiring Pokemon trainer after all. So you would go to the beginning of the Glacier Mountain Range, Ironton City, the 8th gym. So that's basically where I am. So, and I am going to tell you, hey, those rumbles from Mount Glacier, you should go check them out, I guess. Seriously, they don't sound good. So then you would go through the back exit out of Ironton towards Mount Glacier. When you would be traversing up the mountain in the same way you did in the last part of the game. And when you finally reach the halfway point, right before the dragon-type city that I don't think has a name. Yeah, it doesn't have a name. It's basically a part of, you find, this super high-tech looking building in the side of the mountain. You go in there and you're greeted by two grunts. Not Team Ross grunts, they look totally different. And they say, aha, you found Team Gaia's base, but we have to battle hard to keep you out and keep you from knowing our secret. So you battle the two grunts, and they seem to have the evolved forms of the grunts you battled in the first town, when the first time you battled Team Rust. Weird, right? So you keep traversing to this place, battling more grunts and encountering Pokemon like Clink and Magnemite and Voltorb, until you finally reach the first admin, who's in some sort of lab area building some sort of capture device. He tells you, aha, well, if you've got this far, you should know our first secret. Team Rust was just a decoy for the real evil team of this region. Team Gaia will rise and create a new region and run by Team Gaia. You battle the admin, and he has the same Pokemon as the first Team Rust admin you battle, because he is the first Team Rust admin you battle. And those grunts you first battled are the first grunts you battled in the first town, in the first city. So then you get to the second. After battling through more grunts and encountering more Pokemon, you get to the second admin room. This admin seems to be not doing anything, and seems to be on guard duty with the third admin, Fred. So you battle the two admins in a double battle, and then they say, fine, advance to the boss's room. But be careful. He is ready. And another thing I'd like to mention is you could have skipped the Rayquaza storyline, and this basically would have been there would have been less grunts to battle and more Pokemon to encounter if you would have skipped the Rayquaza storyline and just done the 8th gym and gone straight to the Elite Four, which it's possible to skip the Rayquaza storyline. So the boss, Skulson, says you really believe Team Rust was a real evil team? Oh, you have questions. why haven't you been seeing your rival Tristan? You wonder how he knows Tristan's name. And then he admits, well, I have got Tristan working for me. And you ask, why is he working for you? And he says, because he's my son, you dingus. So, you find out Tristan is his son. And then after battling him, he kicks you straight out over the base and puts you in their prison. You will have, then I will come around and free you from prison. After we do our quick escape attempt, actually escape, I say, I've heard some, I've heard some strange stuff is happening in Cosmos Town. And you've never been to Cosmos Town. So you are forced to go back to the first city with the normal type gym until you get to Cosmos Valley. You see there that there's a lot of people all sitting in fold-up chairs looking at the sky. It seems to be a meteor shower, which I say is quite common in Cosmos Valley. Or Cosmos Valley. Sorry. So, you get to Cosmos Town, or rather Cosmos Port, as it's actually called. But anyone from outside of Estin called it Cosmos Town, and I kind of just forgot after being up on top of the glacier for a year. And so you go to one of the ship warehouse places, and you hear something coming from inside one of the metal crates. You go inside the metal crate and you find there's actually stairs. You go down there, and the 3 Team Rust Team Gaia, are discussing their plans. And there's a giant whiteboard behind them with a picture of Reggie Gigas on it. And the 3 admins, Zara, Romeo, and Fred, stop! This isn't Minecraft story mode! They say, fine, found our secret planning room. And yes, our goal is to catch Reggie Gigas and force it to move land and uninhabited land that we can take over. Or that will be ours. And then, so, I say, after that, hey, this region actually has 11 gyms in it. And there's a gym near here. So, you go through a fall-themed route with, fall colors and pumpkins until you reach a fall type of town with, older type of structures and a strange garage-like building with 2 pillars going up one side of it and the other side of it, 2 on each side, holding up a roof. And you see on either side of that building there's shelves full of prizes. The man at the desk says, this is the game corner, or the game quarter. And he says, there are lots of games to play here. Just go to the place behind me to find them. You can win prizes. So you go into the place behind him. There's roulette games. There's skee ball. There's whack-a-mole. There's Pac-Man. Everything you expect from a arcade. this will be more of a post-game feature, but you finally get back to so you go to the next route, a creepy seeming route themed around a haunted forest. With trees that seem to have faces in them that move and other creepy stuff. It's very cloudy at this place. And then you finally go to a very strange town. It's a seaside town, but not the beach resort town you expect. It's cloudy, dark, not fun to visit, seaweed all over the shore. And on the back, there's some rocks and a staircase leading up to a few houses and what seems to be a tower with a gym. This gym is a ghost gym, and if you battle, you'll be encountering hex maniacs and all of the sort. But when you get to the top, you'll battle a man named Ivan, or Ivor, or whatever you want his name to be. Humbug, Merry Christmas. And he will have Pokemon like Gengar, Bayonet, Dusknoir, and his signature Aegislash. But you would be able to beat him if you wanted to. And then you'd finally go I think, well, you'd actually have to beat the gym. I think after all that training, you're ready to face Team Gaia. So, once you get to the Team Gaia base, there's no one there other than a few grunts standing guard. And one of the admins, Romeo. Ow! I just need to stop talking about Minecraft Storm Mode. They say the boss has headed off for Gaia Temple. Once you get to Gaia Temple, which I imagine being somewhere around the 4th gym. Once you get to Gaia Temple, you see Skullson with one of the machines, with the capture machine that the first admin Romeo was building. And you see a statue turn into Regigigas. And them trying to fire their capture cannon at it. But you untie Tristan, because he's there. And you have to battle Regigigas. You can beat it or catch it, but you have to battle Regigigas. And after you beat or catch Regigigas, you have to battle the boss for the final time. He has 6 Pokemon. Machamp, Excelgor, signature Pokemon that goes over a lot. Machamp, Excelgor, or Gothitelle, Galvantula, that's 4, and what's another Pokemon he has? Kingler, and finally heading up his team, a Mewtwo that he said his admins created for him so he could beat Regigigas in case their capture cannon plan failed. After this, you would beat him and finally be able to advance to the Pokemon League. Mewtwo would scurry off, and you would be able to catch it in the post game, along with Mew. you'll find out where Mew is. If you can't already guess. I'd like to hear your guesses of where Mew is. There's a hint to it in the section where I talk about the 5th gym, like the section right after I talk about the 5th gym in the last video. So finally you advance to the Elite Four and cut. Sorry, the Elite Four will be in the last region video, but now I'm going to talk about the post game. Okay, so in the post game, you can do a few things. You can go to the route that I have a small house on use cut to get behind some bushes and surf past a lot of trainers to catch the legendary Pokemon Keldeo. And after that, you can go back to somewhere around the second town and release the 3 Swords of Justice. You can catch Mewtwo in a cave that I would imagine being somewhere in Mount Glacier or near the 5th gym because yeah, that's where the Regigigas thing was, and that's where the dude had Mewtwo. You'd also be able to find Mew in the 5th town under a truck. I had to put Mew under a truck. I had to. Under the specific trunk that belonged to the Krogunk Bandit. There was a guy with all the Krogunks that stole the washing machines. You'd also be able to do an extensive amount of other things that includes doing the Battle Frontier. Or this region has a Battle Frontier. Enter an Ultra Space. And finally, doing the last few gyms, which I will tell you about now. So, the next gym is in Crystalline Cavern. Crystalline Cavern is a cave with lots of rainbow opal-like crystals. Getting through that cave, you'd be in Crystalline City. A city with lots of plants and crystals known for its jewelry and having a fairy-type gym. The fairy-type gym would have Pokemon like Carbink, the main Pokemon gym leader. That I haven't given a name yet. Her name would probably be, like, Alice. Makes sense. That makes sense to me. And then finally, the last gym that, if you do it in chronological order, would be my mother's gym. Because all of my family has to have a gym, right? Right? One of my family is even an Elite Four member. Tell you about that in the Elite Four video. Subscribe to watch that video. So the last gym would be a dragon type gym, my mom's gym specifically. She would have, I think she had Dragalge, Flygon, a few other things. And then finally, that would basically be the end. And I'm sure Looker would appear somewhere in there too, for sure, every game now, isn't it? And that's the end of the video. Stay tuned for the Elite 4 video! Bye. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification button if you want to be notified about the notification button. Bye. We love you guys because you subscribe. We hit 20 subscribers because now we're slide. Bye.